Alright, so we're going to assemble some of the NeuroPixel probe stuff here that I got. So you can see here's the part that I printed out as well as the cover. So to begin, you can take the stand, drop your M3 screw into the part and insert the screw like this. Might not even be necessary. You can see that the part fits in, but with the screw you can screw it in and it holds it up real nice. So that's done. Then next we will take our metric 1.4 nuts and screws, as you can see here, and we'll glue those in. So I use just a general 5-minute epoxy. Doesn't have to be any fancy kind of stuff. Just put that in. It's important to have a good mix ratio of 1 to 1. It's important to put the cap on the right way. Mix that up really well, and take your nut and try to get the sides of the nut with the glue or epoxy. Doesn't take a ton, and then you drop it in like that. And you can add a little bit more if you care. Try to stay away from the threads. But it doesn't take a lot of glue because there's not a lot of force on this. So that one will hold the NeuroPixels in. Next one here will hold the cover in. You can see I'm slopping a lot of epoxy everywhere. That's okay, because as it dries you can insert a screw in and clear out that epoxy. So that's it. We'll let that dry for 5 minutes and continue on. Cool. So now the glue is dried. A little bit about this material. This is a nylon material that is filled with glass fibers, and that's what makes it so rigid and strong. You can see that the weak part is here, and it does not bend at all. Deflections this way. It does bend slightly in deflections this way, but you know, if you're putting that much force on this part and your NeuroPixels aren't breaking, give me a call. I have a lot of questions for you. Anyhow, so the glue is dried. We're going to grab, so these are some dummy scopes here. You can see I broke the NeuroProbe here, so really tiny and small. So I'm just going to grab the broken one. What you do to pull these out of here, like it's on the video in there, in the original website, and you just push this open, gently lift it up. You can see how it stands against force this way. And you grab the probe like this. Might help without gloves. And you take the probe, hold it on its sides, slide it in and underneath this little protective cover, and you can see here already the part is pretty well held by this protection slip here, but it hasn't even been inserted. You grab it from the sides and gently push it down until it bumps up against the bottom. Again, probably would help without gloves. There, it's bumped up against the bottom, and you can see how tightly it's held just by the 3D printing itself. We have an additional screw here in which we will anchor the part further, and then these 2 screws are used for the cover. You take the flex, bend it through. Now you take the head stage, and with the gold pins facing down, insert it into the head stage and push it so it is rigid against there and clamp down. Now you can take the head stage, bring it up, and it falls into place here. And you can take your M1 screws and screw that in. These stupid screws only come in flathead, which sucks. I'm sure you could find other ones that are Phillips and better. Anyhow, I'll do one for the sake of brevity, and now you can see that the part is already very well held. It's not going to fall out, and that's without this additional screw. To put the cover on, you take the cover like this, and you butt it up against the part like this, and it fits nicely against here and slides down. Now it's well held in place already, but let's attach an additional screw. This is a M1.4 screw. Fits in here, and with this you can use an Allen wrench to screw it in. And now you have a well protected narrow pixel. From this side you can see how there are reference and ground here, and now you have good access to solder those together, all while your unit is protected. You can put that in here and you're pretty well done. But do note that there's an additional feature on this part. That can hold your cables on the side here, so you can take your head stage cables, connect this in, and on the side here, stupid gloves. Now your cables are well held out of the way. I guess that's it again for. Oh, you done? Oh, cool. So for like, I think I get these parts fabricated for about $20 or $30. It seems like a really good alternative. Have not yet tested it on surgeries, but just wanted to get this out there before I go on a little vacation here.